How you doing, man?
Great. How are you?
Happy to be here.
Great. Thank you for joining us. You're here with our new series on camera, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you for considering me for this new chapter of your. Is it a podcast? Is it a Instagram? Is it
It's Alternative Art Magazine.
All right.
And it's a video magazine, also like a social media magazine.
Beautiful.
But yes.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Right.
Well, I've been following your photography a long time. You've been friends, I don't know, almost 8 years?
Maybe.
7 years at least.
We have to look into our kids so we know. Maybe 7, maybe 6, yeah.
7 and change. And, I know that you've been active in photography all this time, and even before. When did you get started with photography?
I started more than 15 years ago, back in the time in Colombia, in Bogotá. I am an architect, and funny thing, like most of architects, we are related in some way to photography.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because we learn our path as an architects just looking into photography a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I started back in the time, to the point where I had like a crisis with my architectural practice, and I think I just jumped into photography as my main thing. Yeah.
So you bailed on architecture, jumped into photography, and what was your introduction? How did you get into it again? To get dedicated to photography and step away from art.
Yeah, I think just living and witnessing. I live in downtown Bogotá and work in downtown Bogotá for a while. I had this cinematic, and I can answer the question now. Maybe movies, maybe the cinema and the movies brought me into this universe of images. I think it started from there. Some kind of fascination with the city and the people. Here's another thing. When I started, I didn't include people into my work. It was just like buildings, streets,
the architecture background.
Yeah, compositions without people. I think I was afraid of including people. I wasn't. Yeah, it took time for me. Yeah, now it's the opposite way. Funny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've dabbled in a lot of, you were dedicated journalist, photojournalist for some time.
Yeah.
And how did you get into that?
As an architect, I started also participating in books. Those books involve a lot of editorial conversations around. So I went also into the editorial side of photography, and eventually Metro, the newspaper, looked into my work. The editor-in-chief at the time, he just suggested, would you like to take pictures for us? I ended up working as their photography editor eventually.
And was that in Bogotá? Or?
That was in Bogotá, but I moved to New York, and I looked for the same newspaper. They are in different cities, in different countries, and lucky me, they like it, and they embrace my previous work for them, and I continue working for them in New York. Yeah, it was amazing.
Huh.
Yes.
And what kind of stuff did you shoot? Is there any memorable stories of?
No. A lot. Yeah, I did everything. I did from politics. One day it was like a city hall, taking portraits, and then text message, something is going on in the subway, go there. Then maybe there is a fire in Queens. So I, on a daily basis, I was just moving around the city. Chasing the stories. I had such an old camera that broke during the winter. Batteries couldn't take the calls of the city, so I also upgraded my equipment because of those jobs, assignments. So I did a lot of different things. back to their headquarters in downtown New York and working with the editors right there. Like they were just taking the pictures out of the camera.
And that was film back then? Or?
That was digital.
That was digital.
I mean, I would love to do film, and I do film, but not for the purpose of photojournalism, because like social media, everything works so fast.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it would be impossible. At least for news.
Quick results. Yeah,
quick results. They have to go through 100 pictures and take this and take that. That's the cover. That's it. And I'm happy because of a lot of my pictures, they did like the front page of the newspaper next morning. It's really. It's a great reward.
Have you kept a lot of those old stories and things? Probably scanned them in or something.
Yeah, I did. I also have. I mean, besides the main picture, is the story that is going on before that moment and what's maybe also happening after the critical moment when you press the shutter. So I end up with much more than just the picture that they used.
I'm sure.
And that's.
But it's kind of a memorable thing, like a prize to have your picture on the front page. That's a big deal.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It happened to me in Colombia also, but I mean, as cliché as it sounds, New York is one of those places where you want to make it. And I'm not saying that I made it there, but I was part of that photographer's life, and it's with me, and it will be with me all my life. It affected me in so many ways, and I learned a lot from that experience.
That's cool. Yeah, it keeps you on your toes. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
You got to bring results. And what camera were you using then? You've got so many cameras here.
I would use I think a Nikon D90.
Yeah.
It's like a modern version of this camera, 7100. It was digital, but I ended up working with film back into the film cameras, at least for my Miami work.
Yeah, you recently published a book a year ago or so. And can you talk a little bit about your book?
Yes.
And the concept there?
I didn't plan a book at first. That the first stage of like when we moved from New York to Miami, it took time to understand how this place works. It's really different than New York, where everything is happening just in front of your eyes. There's always something going on, and here there is here also, but you have to move to the place. It's not just unfolding in front of you. The street life in Miami is just not happening.
It's concentrated in different.
It's concentrated. Yeah. You look for downtown or Wynwood or the beach or around the supermarket. But it's not just. It's a different logic. It took time to understand that. To start like I was like, just trying to figure it out. Like, how am I going to continue doing this? And after a while, I worked in downtown for a couple of years, so I had a lot of work from my lunchtime.
You always bring your camera.
I'm always with the camera. But I wanted this project to be filmed, to be on film. Again, the project wasn't a book, but the project was just to my intention was to show a Miami that is not like the obvious Miami. And I think my New York years influenced that look into the city.
What do you mean by the obvious stuff?
Meaning, I find that Miami is being always portrayed in this kind of Art Deco, pastel color, postcard, with saturated and kind of the beach and the flamingos and the fun and the sun.
You think Miami Vice kind of ruined that for everyone?
100%, yeah, 100%. And it's lovely, but I wasn't, like, my interest wasn't to continue doing that. I like a different vibe. I like for the people to look twice into my images. hopefully they bring a question much more than an answer. I like that part of if I'm succeeding at that. Like, what is this? Or is this Miami? And so many times people like look into a picture. This is not Miami. Yeah. There is a lot going on, but I think it takes time to understand where to go and how to read into these places.
That's interesting.
After a while, of doing that, it was my wife who suggested the idea. You have a body of work. Look into this, look into that. She's an editor and a journalist, and I just self-published. The name of the book is 35mm, like the film, and I just added the word Miami at the end of it. It's 35M Miami, double M.
That's smart.
I like that. I like that mix, and it's been a reward having that body of work together.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is there a particular type of film you like to use? Like, do you like gravitate to?
I would say it's easier as a street photographer to take these 35mm cameras with me.
But as far as a film, do you use like a high ISO?
I like 400 ISO.
That gives you more flexibility.
It gives me the exposure, the mood that I want out of the pictures. It helps with to capture maybe faster moments that hard to find hard to capture with a different ISO.
Is there a particular brand you like? I mean, if you could get sponsored by a particular film, what would you choose?
I work a lot with Ilford.
Oh yeah.
And for the color film, I do Portra most of the times. But I work for a lot of black and white film until I think I felt like, okay, let's use the color again.
Okay.
My book is a mix of those aesthetics, color and film. The book is just film. So it allowed me to even with under the sun and in summer to slow down and look into this place and work around different things that I think is not being they are not being portrayed always when people are thinking about Miami.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I like that. And would you have any sort of advice to photographers out there? You know, you've been doing it a while, and you've been in, under pressure as a photojournalist, and then putting your own pressure on yourself to, put this body of work together.
I would say to anyone who's interested in photography, be patient. Try to print the pictures that you like that are coming out of your camera. Think before you just go, and because with digital it's just so easy to go and take like 100 pictures and then just, or you go and edit them, or if you have good luck, it's just coming out of that. I recommend working with film also. I have nothing against digital, and I do a lot of digital also. But print it. Have fun. Print a couple of pictures or 10 of those and go with your friends. And also try to get involved with the community that talks about these things. With social media is good nowadays. It's not like a place like Instagram, which is really like challenging when you think about photography. It's not just to go and try to find the likes out of your images, but also to connect with people and find
community
where you are, and bring them and talk about it and have fun and be humble. No one has the right answer, no one has the right aesthetic, no one. It's just a creative process.
That's nice. I like that. And were there any photographers growing up or when you were starting, like, that you like emulated or like looked up to, or still do?
Still, I also love music, and a big influence was like seeing these artists being portrayed such maybe a different way.
Larger than life kind of thing.
Yeah, like that made a big impression. I love Anton Corbijn. At the beginning, I tried to find something like that in my work, but then the last years I fell in love with Vivian Maier, who was just like an person that nobody knew about. He got famous like after she died. So I admire her. I admire Gary Winogrand. I admire the capacity of bringing these moments, like they look like surreal, but they are just happening around us, anytime, every time, and you just have to chase to look, like, to try to find that. And when it happens, and you have these classic pictures out of the work of so many photographers, it's magical. Yeah, so hopefully I can do a little bit of that.
I think so. And any projects you want to talk about coming up?
I'm working, and it's taking time. I'm working on my old New York City pictures. I had a lot of film. I tried to put the film together for a new book, but then it wasn't enough to tell the story I want to tell about my view of the city. So I'm also working with my digital files, and I've been sitting down hours and trying to make these images like talk to each other and editing, and it takes time. Yeah, but it sometimes is the way to go. You take the time.
That's cool.
Until you feel it's ready.
Yeah. I mean, who better to go through that stuff than yourself, and kind of
don't rush it.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about advice, I used to think like if you are an artist, you have to live out of your art. And for many times it was considered that way. Otherwise, you are not. My advice nowadays is like find your 9-to-5 that will keep the wheels moving, and your family or whatever you need to pay the rent, and just look for that time, hopefully every day, to do what you love. I mean, if you're lucky, and hopefully it's happening that way to you. If you can have
make it a full time,
make it out of your passion and your artistic life, your money's coming out of that place. But I learned that sometimes it is affecting, not like on a positive way, the things that you are doing. I have a daughter. I have a 9-to-5. I am an architect. I love architecture, but this is my passion. So I try to find the time and the right moment to put the work out and to connect with people. I'm not just showing to people if I'm not feeling like there is something I'm proud about, like just showing to them. So take your time. Yeah.
That's good advice. I like that. It's a passion for you. So
there's no other way, I guess.
Yeah.
And back to the Instagram and all of that. Like, I mean, it's easy to do it. I would say it's not rocket science, but you can see the difference between talent, passion, or like people just they just want to be famous, to have followers. I'm okay with all of that. That's your path. And I've been there, but I think after a while I learned to slow down a little bit. So this is like cooking. You can have fast food, you can have an amazing dish that it takes time,
that's a good
prepare analogy. So that's my approach nowadays.
I love that. Very cool. Carlos, man, thank you so much for sitting with us today and talking, and really appreciate you sharing your story and your passion.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
We're gonna look out for your new book here.
You're gonna receive one as soon as it's ready.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much, man.
All right.